Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AlphaMasters League tournament here in From the Depths. So let's go ahead and start talking about the next matchup we're going to be looking at. This is between Little Neo Man with the Panic and Fungi Amungai with the Tawa Opawa. Now the Panic by Little Neo Man, this is a submarine that just sports a large laser system. And the Tawa Opawa by Fungi Amungai, this is a sky fortress. So let's go ahead and check this match out, shall we? And this battle is underway. On the left over here, we have the Panic, slowly starting to submerge. On the right, we have the Tawa Opawa. Now, the Tawa Opawa features lasers and missiles. I don't believe it has any torpedo capabilities, which could be very difficult when fighting the Panic. I mean, look at this. This is a submarine, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Is the laser still above the water? It is. I love how it just barely sits above the water. And it is hard to see, so let's see if anything's connecting on the Tawa Opawa here. Lasers are going crazy. I just can't see the Panic's laser. Oh, it is hitting. Look, right here. It's nearly impossible to see, but the Panic's laser is definitely starting to penetrate in to the Tawa Opawa. Let's get out of those blocks there. So I'm curious if any of these missiles are going to be... Oh, look at this. The laser has been taken off of the the Panic. Oh my. These are able to dip down really low. Are they going to... Major explosion on the back of the Panic. EMP traveling down the beam. The laser beam. That was cool. Or the beam that supports the laser. So I didn't think these were torpedoes, but I could be totally wrong. They are moving along in the water just fine. And they're just taking the weirdest pattern right now for travel. It is very strange. So here's the deal. If the Panic isn't able to repair, I don't know if it is, then the Panic is already out of commission, right? The only attack it had was that laser. And the Tawa Opawa took that out crazy fast. And those lasers are, wow, more effective than I realized, because it seems the smoke on the Panic, oh my goodness. Yes, oh, we are seeing lots of damage going on to the Panic right now. The Tawa Opawa's at 100%. The Panic doesn't even have a mainframe anymore. And we're getting crazy lag spikes. I don't know what could be causing this. All sorts of crazy going on. Wow, so yep, the whole laser thing is now gone. My mind is boggled. I'm very boggled. What seems to be the boggle, sir? Well, the fact that these missiles are dropping down so far... they've got to be missiles. You see the contrail on the back there, and it makes me think maybe they're torpedoing, maybe they have a prop. I don't think they do, though, but something is causing just an enormous amount of lag right now. Here's the Tawa Opawa, sitting at 100%. That's at 100, yep. Yeah, we're getting just this nutty lag going on. Maybe nutty's not the right word to use, but I don't know if you can feel it. You can just feel it in your bones, you know? So we can't really see the health of this unless we do this. It's down by, oh wow, almost 3,000 blocks. The Panic is just getting obliterated right now, ladies and gentlemen. This was an insanely fast match. And like I said, I don't believe the Panic has any repair capabilities. And it's doing what it did in the last matchup that we saw, where, once it takes enough damage, it starts scooting along the seabed, which does, it does a good bit of damage. Every time a few blocks fall off, it scoots a little bit lower, and, blocks that were previously further up, untouched by the seabed, are now getting squeeched right along the block bottom there. It's nothing you really want to have happen. You can see just a major hole in the Panic. These lasers are just incredibly effective. Okay, let's get a quick update on how the battle is going thus far. Here comes the Panic, popping over this little hill here, down on the seafloor. It's just been doing the same thing that happened in the last battle that it had, where, once it takes enough damage, it just cruises along the bottom here, just killing itself, really. Currently, it is about 600 meters from the Tawa Opawa. It's getting a little bit closer, and, as it gets closer, at different distance measurements, the lasers for the Tawa Opawa will potentially do a little bit more damage. Once it gets a little bit closer than 500, I think the lasers will have a little bit less displacement shooting through the water, but this is pretty much a done deal. This is going to go to the Tawa Opawa. It is down to 98% health. Whereas the Panic is currently at 4,500 blocks out of 8,600. So it is what, around 53, 54% or so is what it is down to. So what I'm going to let this do is I'm going to wait for the Panic to get around, I don't know, 40% health. And that's where we will call it, just on the off chance that something miraculous happens. I don't know what it could be. Okay, yeah, we will call this one here, ladies and gentlemen. The Panic is now directly underneath the Tower of Power. You can see the Panic's having crazy engine problems as the shields are flickering. The laser is just doing about as much damage as it is going to do shooting through the water right now. With the proximity so close, 130 meters or so, it is just a game over situation. No return for the Panic, down to 3,800 blocks. So, like I said, ladies and gents, this win will be going to the Tower of Power. Congratulations, Fungi Amungi. You'll be moving forward. This was a fun match. You never know what to expect with a submarine, especially when it's going up against non-submarines, or in this case, a Sky Fortress. Very interesting matchup. So while this plays in the background, let's go ahead and talk about the next matchup we are going to be viewing. It is between Savage with the Black Star and Ixos with the Luftschiff Bismarck. And of course, for those of you who don't remember or don't recall, the Black Star is just a spacecraft, likes to fly up in space, do spacecrafty stuff, and all of that good jazz, whatever spacecrafts do, it's what it's got going on. And the Luftschiff Bismarck by Ixos is a battleship/airship, which is amazing. So with that being said, and while we watch the Panic just, get obliterated over here, let's go ahead and kick that match off. And this battle is underway. On the left over here, we have the Black Star trying to make his way up to space. And over here we have the Luftschiff Bismarck, which both of these ships are lacing into each other. They are both deploying smoke like crazy. However, the Bismarck is also now firing its cannons. You can see all the shells coming up here. We're going to see how the Black Star fares against these initial shell attacks. I don't know. It is shielded. Here comes the missile attack from the Black Star. It won't take many shell hits to really damage these ships. Especially a spacecraft. Those ion drives are so critical. If those were to get hit, ooh, that could be bad news bears. So now remember, the Bismarck has just an insane amount of lambs, and we'll see if any of these missiles even make it over here. I'm highly doubtful. Yeah, wow, it took every single one of those missiles out. Black Star at 99%, Bismarck at 100%. Both of their smoke is doing wonders. It is doing what it should, negating all that laser damage. Here's a nice top-down view of the Bismarck. Look at that. Tell me that's not awesome. Oh, you gotta capture a screenshot of that. It just looks amazing. It looks so glorious from up here. So those cannons are unable to track this high. Elevation or based on their positioning probably can't quite reach, but soon enough here, oh, the Black Star, those missiles bouncing off the top of the Black Star. That would be a terrifying moment. I don't care what you're flying in. Once your missiles start bouncing off the cockpit, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be firing missiles anymore. And once again, the Bismarck totally repelling those missile attacks, or just destroying, not necessarily repelling, I guess, but, oh, look at this. Right outside the range for those lambs. Was able to land a couple hits with those missiles right near the, commanding area of the Bismarck, the important area. Black Star at 100%, now the Bismarck is the one down to 99%. This could be an insanely long battle, ladies and gentlemen. We will have to see. And here comes another missile attack from the Black Star. Come on. How will those lambs do? I do not see them focusing on these missiles. These are all going to connect, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of VMP damage. Wow. That was a very, very big hit from the Black Star. Taking the Bismarck down to 97%. You could see non-critical components falling off here. Ah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh. Another missile. Do we have anything else coming down? Wow. I'm surprised that those lambs did not focus on those missiles. Perhaps they were out of the arc. I really don't know. Perhaps they know, laser warners were able to pick them up. I don't know. Here comes another missile attack. Where are the lambs on the Bismarck? They have been taken out of commission, I believe. Could it have been the EMP damage? Bismarck at 96%. He's starting to feel it, starting to sweat a little bit over here. So we're going to see if any of these shells will now come up here and be able to hit the Black Star. It is really high up. Let's get the interface on. Missile attack from the Black Star. We are sitting at an altitude of 1,060. And shells will have an extremely hard time tracking targets. Once you're up in space like this, this is more than likely what you're going to see all the time. The shells just missing their mark by a good bit, you know, by about 10 meters or so, maybe less. Some of them seem to be getting a little close. But the tracking just gets difficult up here. We're going to see if any of them, I don't know if any of them are going to land. Some of them will probably bounce off the shields. Yep, like we saw there. All right, let's follow these missiles back down, because I don't know how well those cannon shells are going to be from the Bismarck. And again, if the lambs on the Bismarck aren't firing, these missile attacks are what will do it. It'll be a very slow progression of destruction, or regression of life, whichever way you want to think about that. Already there's a large hole at the top of the Bismarck. You can see a lot of the juicy components in there. Oh, it's just never good. Bismarck at 92%. Black Star sitting at 99. So let's let this play out just a little bit, folks, and then we will come back. Here comes some more of those missiles heading down to the Bismarck. This is never good. We're going to see some more EMP damage for sure. Oh my gosh, this is brutal. This is brutal. The Bismarck does still deploy smoke, so it is negating a lot of that laser damage, that continuous laser damage coming from the Black Star. But these missile attacks, look what's happened over here. I mean, it is just a lot of damage. The Bismarck is now down to 87%, and the Black Star is doing just fine at 99. 99, yep, that's a 9 and a 9. Yep, those next to each other equal 99. And again, we'll just watch really quickly these cannon attacks. Earlier, you know, a few of the shells were getting close to the Black Star, but the shields, again, it was just so few of the shells, out of all the shells that were shot, actually landed on the Black Star, and of those, none of them were able to penetrate the shields. You know, this looks like it could be double-layered shields on all sides. It's a little hard to tell. I can definitely see multi-layers of shields on here, but again, just really hard to tell. Yep, oh, there we go. Oh, big explosion on the back of the Black Star. Right on one of those ion drives. Another big explosion. Probably another big explosion. A lot less shielding going on. And what you're seeing explode is exactly what this is built for. The back of the Black Star has ammo barrels on pegs, or on gooch sticks, as I like to call them. And those are, you know, what the cannon shells were hitting. And those aren't doing any damage. These sticks are probably long enough for the ammo barrels to explode and do no damage to the actual parts of the Black Star, which is an impressive setup. Again, another missile volley right on the Bismarck. You can see all these blocks falling off here. Look at that. The Trail of Tears, my friends. There's the Bismarck looking beautiful. Oh, interesting. What's that coming towards you, my friend? Oh my goodness. Sweet Bismarck. Taking another salvo of missiles there from the Black Star. It's really nonstop. I believe we are seeing a pattern here. This is the pattern that is just going to unfold for the next 10 minutes, I believe, while the Black Star whittles away at the Bismarck. That's what I'm thinking. As the Black Star's at 100%, you know, heals itself. Bismarck is now down to 78. Let's see how these missiles do, and then we'll let this pan out a little bit more. Now the Bismarck is starting to flop over. It's got its flop maneuver going. When this happens, no battleship ever wants to execute a flop maneuver, but when they do, nobody can do it as well as the Bismarck. I mean, look at this. Captain, we're going to execute a flop maneuver. Everybody hold on. All hands on deck. We are executing the maneuver. And now it's starting to dip down into the water. So, you know, the only thing that would really just be worse than what's happening now is if that smoke just stopped deploying on the Bismarck, because this continuous beam laser would just make quick work of the Bismarck, I believe. All right, just a quick update on the Bismarck. As you can see here, it is almost getting cut in half again. Oh, there goes some more missiles. Oh boy, they're going to bounce back up. Let's see what these do. I mean, goodness, are we potentially going to see the Bismarck get cut in half again? Because, holy smokes, maybe. Oh my goodness, they landed right on the part that's connecting the ship together. She's holding on by a thread. The Bismarck is down to 65%. And the Black Star is at 100, and here comes another missile attack from the Black Star. Is it going to cut the Bismarck in half? Missiles are landing over here. I don't think we're going to see it happen in this one. I mean, it would be amazing to, you know, happen to have the Bismarck split in half twice in a tournament. That would be nuts. Because, I mean, the odds are just so low. To cut a huge ship in half like this is crazy. But yeah, you can see a lot of the weapons that are coming in here are aiming all for the same point, right here in the middle. Could be center of mass is what they're aiming for, perhaps. Center of mass of the ship. You know, based on the way the ship looks, very well could be right down in there. We are just traveling with the missiles from the Black Star as they all come down here and connect on the Bismarck. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, almost cut in half. So close. Look at that. That is what is keeping it together. Oh, here come a bunch of them. They're like, let's head back to the mothership. Oh my, actually, let's make sure. Please don't tell me this is happening. It looks like they're, yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. Woo! And now they are up in the upper atmosphere. These, are they going to keep going to the moon? Nah, it doesn't look like it. They're turning back around. Coming back down to the old Bismarck. Hey, well, are they going to maybe possibly, oh, big explosion on the Bismarck. It's fully tipping over now. It is in just, can't believe it. Can't believe it. It's happening again. The Bismarck is down to 59%. There go those missiles. They did come back down. Look at this. They went down. I mean, they were launched. And then they came down, missed the Bismarck, jumped back up, went at like another 500 meters up, came back down, and came back to the Bismarck again. That is amazing. That is just awesome. Okay, so we'll wait for one more missile attack here from the Black Star, and then we will call this one. I think it goes without saying this will be going to the Black Star. Bismarck down to 58%. There is nothing it is going to do to recover from this. The Black Star has the upper hand by a long shot right now. No more smoke coming out of the Bismarck either, so that continuous beam laser is actually really starting to eat in. And here comes that missile attack. So we will call it after this one. Let's just see what happens. What sort of mayhem? What sort of destruction? Is someone gonna hit those little balls? Oh, and it got cut in half, ladies and gentlemen. The Bismarck. Oh my, there it is. What a fantastic way to be able to call a battle. The battleship has been cut in half. Just like the Venus was blown in twain, except this is, totally not a Venus. So ladies and gentlemen, we will call this episode here to Savage with the Black Star. Congratulations, my friend. You'll be moving forward in the tournament. This was another fun matchup to watch. I love it when matchups kind of play out like this, easy to focus on, easy to see the action. Another missile attack from the Black Star. Yo, man, you already cut it in half. Just keep it cool. Keep it cool. You don't need to be a jerk about it. You've already won. It's all good. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. It's been great having you here. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode as we continue with the tournament. So until then, hope you all have a great one. Take it easy and stay classy. Here come the missiles. Aiming for the Bismarck. Oh, as the sun is setting the majestic world here and from the depths. Now it's nighttime. Now it's nighttime, where you can't really see anything except for the lasers.